Hi, welcome to another participant session clip with Vagrian, talking about all of your most pressing questions. This one is some questions about emotions and what happens when you aren't quite yet the master of your emotions, how much of that to express, what to express, and who to express it to or in front of. So please have a listen, and I hope you deeply enjoy this slightly older Vagrian participant clip. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comment that pops into your mind. It really helps the algorithm. It helps me to get to know you, and I absolutely love my part of the day where I get to reply to all of your comments. Also, make sure to check out my events page at www.jpherman.com/events, where there are always new upcoming events, and there's quite a few exciting ones, including some free live streams that you can check out right after you watch this video. I hope you enjoy.
About 17 years ago, something what I have no name for began. I started crying a lot for many hours a day. And until this moment, until now, this is what I do, or rather what is happening through me. And these energies come, I'm turned inwards, and pain and deep sadness and so on go through me in waves. They feel like energetic contractions. And if I'm centered, I feel safe and connected during the process. Can you tell me something about it from your perspective?
You are all vessels, in that you are all able to access frequency ranges of the collective energy. There are some of you, and we have spoken in the past of these beings who are or can be considered the keepers of or the processors of collective energy, that the individuals within your collective who are not willing to or able to at this time process have electively chosen to come with the ability to access those energies to process them. When, however, it is manifest in the human form, after the choice of being able to do this is made on a spiritual level, it is often not well received because it can be a inconvenience or interruption to your day to have these energies wash through you. And it is very much a collective conditioning that if one is crying, something that needs to be fixed must be amiss or must be occurring. However, you know, because it is experiential to you, that when these energies come, there is no way to associate them with a definitive problem in your life or in the life of others. In other words, the sadness, or what you are calling sadness, this energy wave, does not feel like it is yours on a personal level, and it does not feel like there is anything you could possibly do in your immediate circumstance that would alleviate this, because it does not feel that it is connected to your immediate circumstance. We would say that it is because it is not connected.
It feels like some kind of photosynthesis or transformation of energy.
Yes, it is. And your work here as a individuation and human is not to cease this energy from occurring, but to learn how to master your own response to it, your own response to what to do with it, and to acknowledge that the ability to sense and process in this way is not a curse, but one of your many gifts.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions how to bring a little bit more ease in this process? Because I surrender to this totally in a good way. But I'm not sure if it is the personal blockages that I have from my life that are, it feels like there are some narrow points in my being where it is harder for these waves to get through.
Yes, and this is why it is manifest as what you are calling crying. Because if it were at this point mastered, or if you could sit in the energy without resistance, you would be able to go upon the rest of your day with little or no actual alteration to what it is that you had intended to do in that moment. Yes, you would have the energy, but it would be the equivalent of it is raining outside. Right now, it is still as if you are inside that storm. And the reason is because you have associated some sort of need to express it through your physical vessel. Now, it is expressed through your physical vessel, whether you go into a crying moment or not. So you are at the stage where you have accepted, you are at the stage where you are allowing, but you are also still slightly in the stage of indulging. The energy occurs with or without you, and you may at this point begin to reclaim your mastery of your moment, whether this energy is here or not. For you are not condemned or forced to have the physical manifestation of the energy flowing through your body. You may, without repressing it, and while still flowing, choose different action in your moment. So our counsel or suggestion or experimentation that we offer to you would be that the next time that you find yourself in this experience, to see in the same way we asked you to experience the excitement or nervousness that you had earlier, to see if you cannot simply bathe in it without it allowing it to sweep you away.
Okay.
The question that you have about blocks is a self-judgment that is no longer necessary. There is nothing at all that is out of place with you for having this gift. There is nothing at all out of place with you for being in a learning phase of mastering or harnessing it.
Okay. I've only told a few people about this. Even my kids don't know about it. It always happened this way, that they did something at the same time when the waves were coming. So there were never an interference of their life and my life. I don't know how to express it. But I don't know on a rational level, but I sense that they know on some intuitive level.
Yes?
Is there any necessity to tell them so that it rises to their mind, or does it only disturb them in their
there is no
life?
necessity to tell them, in that nothing is needed outside of what feels correct to you. However, your planet or the beings upon it or your collective or this consciousness that is called human is in a space where you are still in the habit, and this is why you have taken on this role, but you are in the habit of repressing emotion. The reason why you are in the habit of repressing emotion is because so many of you did not ever see the elders, your parents, express emotion while you were children outside of the emotion of anger. You did not see your parents in a vulnerable state. You did not hear them speak of emotions and how important they were to use as your guidance. All that you saw was that they were the masters or the authority within your life, and that they had the emotion of approval or the emotion of disapproval. And if you would like to offer to your children an alternative to this model, which is the model that is in the collective, it is in their benefit to see you at times when necessary, or when not necessary, but when naturally, holistically occurring, your own range of emotions. Because what would be the case if your child has the same gift as you and arrives at adulthood and instead of understanding that this is a natural part of some of the beings on this planet, begins to judge themselves and has to go through the same journey of self-disapproval that you have had to go through to get to the point that you are today. To facilitate or support your child's emotional development and journey, they do need examples of someone who is sad when sadness occurs, and someone who is joyful when joyfulness occurs, and someone who is fearful when fear occurs, because they will then understand that any emotion that they have is healthy, is appropriate, is acceptable, and is simply not part of something that they themselves are created, but energy that is coming through them to give them information about their experience and their surroundings. You, as a collective, take very much responsibility for your emotions. And in taking this responsibility and judging yourself for having them, completely disregard the function of these emotions in the first place. The emotion of sad is information for you that you either have a belief that is not in alignment with all that is, or that you have had an experience that you have not digested in a way that is in alignment with all that is, or that there is some alteration that you can be making in your life to make things better for yourself and others. There is nothing wrong with this emotion by any means. And in your particular case, specifically because they are not connected with you on a personal level, there is even less wrong with this emotion, if there ever could be something wrong with it. You are processing all of these beliefs that are erroneous. You are processing all of these situations that have not been processed. And to withhold the experience of your children, depending upon their ages, but when they have cognitive reasoning of their own emotional bodies, you may express to them and explain to them that your sadness is natural. Your sadness is because you are living on a planet where there are things that we are all wanting to adjust. You are sad, perhaps, because the birds do not have clean air. You are sad, perhaps, because there are people on this planet who are confused and do things to other people that are not appropriate for the integration of unity. And as your children hear your honest recount of sadness in general, they will allow themselves, when they are sad, to come to you and express that they are sad. I hope you enjoyed that video and that you had some benefit from it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and let your friends know about Vagrian. I'm always so excited to meet new people and to grow this community. So would love to interact with you at any time in any way. And check out this video next so that you can continue watching some amazing Vagrian content. Bye-bye.